This city did not deserve this terrible assault on its citizens.
Allegedly opened fire in a bowling alley Wednesday night, killing 7 people before going to a nearby restaurant and killing 8 others. Officials say 3 more victims have since died in the hospital.
On October 25, 2023, a gunman killed 18 people and injured 13 others at 2 locations in Lewiston, Maine, United States. The first mass shooting was at a bowling alley during a youth league event, and just 10 minutes later, calls reporting an active shooter inside Schemengees Bar and Grille at a local restaurant were made to the police, making it the deadliest massacre in the year, 2023. Welcome and welcome back to True Crime Capital. This week's case wears heavily on my spirit. It is not easy to report on, so viewers' discretion is mostly advised. Lewiston, Maine, located in the heart of Androscoggin County, is a city known for its rich history, cultural diversity, and vibrant community. With a population of approximately 37,121 as of the 2020 United States Census, Lewiston offers a unique blend of tradition and modernity that makes it a notable destination in the United States. Lewiston's history is deeply intertwined with its industrial past, especially in the textile and shoe manufacturing industries. The city was once home to bustling mills and factories, which played a significant role in shaping its identity. Today, many of these historic mill buildings have been repurposed, creating a charming urban landscape that merges the old with the new. One such example is the Bates Mill complex, which now houses a variety of businesses, offices, and residential spaces. Culturally, Lewiston is celebrated for its diversity. The city has seen an influx of immigrants and refugees, particularly from Somalia and other African nations, contributing to a vibrant tapestry of cultures. The Kennedy Park area is a cultural hub, featuring diverse restaurants, shops, and markets offering an array of international cuisines and goods. Lewiston's annual Great Falls Balloon Festival and a thriving arts community offer ample opportunities for residents and visitors to connect and celebrate this cultural richness. The city is also home to Bates College, a prestigious liberal arts institution, which adds an academic dimension to the community. The college hosts various events and cultural programs that are open to the public. Lewiston's natural surroundings are equally noteworthy. It is situated along the Androscoggin River and boasts numerous parks and recreational areas, providing opportunities for outdoor enthusiasts to enjoy activities such as hiking, biking, and fishing. Lewiston, Maine, is known for its unique blend of history, diversity, culture, and outdoor beauty. Its transformation from an industrial powerhouse to a welcoming multicultural city is a testament to its resilience and adaptability, making it a captivating and thriving destination in the United States. On Wednesday night, October 25, 2023, in Lewiston, Maine, at 6:56 p.m., someone called 911 because a man was shooting at a bowling alley called Spare Time Recreation. A person at the bowling alley heard about 10 shots. The shooting happened during a youth bowling event. Police who were nearby also heard the gunshots and came to help. They arrived at the bowling alley just 4 minutes after the first call. 7 people had already been killed. Then, at 7:08 p.m., which is about 10 minutes later, more calls came to 911. These calls said there was a person with a gun randomly shooting at people inside a restaurant called Schemengees Bar and Grille. Police arrived at the restaurant 2 minutes later. The bowling alley and the restaurant are about 4 miles apart. At 8:53 p.m., the Lewiston Police Department said on Facebook that they were dealing with an active shooter incident at the restaurant and bowling alley. They asked that residents of the area stay off the roads to allow emergency responders access to the hospitals. The Central Maine Medical Center coordinated with local area hospitals to take in victims. The Central Maine Medical Center and other hospitals worked together to help the victims. Some of the injured people were taken to the Maine Medical Center in Portland, which is the biggest hospital in the state. People in Lewiston were told to stay inside for a second day, and schools were locked down. Auburn, a nearby city, also told people to stay inside, and businesses had to lock their doors. Classes at Central Maine Community College, Lewiston Public Schools, and Bates College were canceled on October 26th. Some other school districts within 50 miles also canceled classes. The shelter-in-place rule was extended to Bowdoin, and Bates College postponed its inauguration event. The gunman fled in the aftermath of the shootings. The Lewiston Police Department put out pictures at 9:05 p.m. on social media. The pictures showed a person holding a kind of gun called a semi-automatic rifle. The person in the pictures had on a brown shirt, dark pants, and light shoes. The pictures came from the security cameras at the bowling alley. At 9:17 p.m., the police also put a picture of a white car on social media. They said the front of the car might be painted black. They asked people to call the police if they saw this car. The police got more than 530 tips and information from people to help find the person responsible for the shootings. Later, the police used big guns to block the entrances to a recycling plant in a town called Lisbon. This is not far from Lewiston. At 11:57 p.m., the Maine State Police said on social media that they found the car they were looking for in Lisbon. They called it a vehicle of interest. It was a white Subaru Outback with a black bumper, and it was registered in Maine. The police found the car through security cameras from nearby businesses. They were able to match the car's license plate to the owner. The car was found near a place where boats go into the Androscoggin River, which flows into the Kennebec River. They also found a big gun in the car. Later, they started searching the river and the area around it underwater. The person they were looking for, Card, had two other vehicles registered to him, a 2022 Yamaha motorcycle and a 2019 Sea-Doo green boat. Both of these were registered in Maine. The Coast Guard from Booth Bay Harbor was searching the waterways for his boat. When the police knew Card was the person they wanted, they got a search warrant for his home. At his home, they found a note on October 26th. This note was for his son. It didn't say he wanted to hurt himself, but it sounded like he might not be around for much longer. It also had his phone passcode and bank account numbers. The police also found out that Card bought the gun in July in Maine, about 10 days before he had a problem with the New York State Police and his National Guard bosses, and they took him to the hospital for his mental health. The SFR, which stands for Small Firearms Autoloading Rifle, is a light automatic rifle known for its significant firepower, similar to that of a hunting rifle. This semi-automatic firearm uses the .308 Winchester caliber cartridge, and can be equipped with a detachable magazine holding either 10 or 20 rounds, making it comparable to a military battle rifle. A battle rifle is known for its greater power and extended effective shooting range compared to the smaller .223 caliber AR-style assault rifles, which are commonly used by the U.S. military and popular among gun enthusiasts across the United States, as explained by the Small Arms Defense Journal. Card's family has been assisting the authorities. Card's sister mentioned to investigators that she suspected Card might have been searching for an ex-girlfriend at the places where the shootings occurred. This has led investigators to explore the possibility that the mass shooting could have started as a domestic dispute. Additionally, there was an active arrest warrant for Card related to multiple murder charges. Robert R. Card II, born on April 4, 1983, was a longtime resident of Bowdoin, a town close to Lewiston, Maine. At the age of 40, he stood at a height of 5 feet 11 inches and weighed 230 pounds. Card attended Bowdoin Central School and later Mount Ararat High School in nearby Topsham, graduating in 2001. He pursued engineering at the University of Maine from 2001 to 2004, although he did not finish his education. In 2002, Card enlisted in the United States Army Reserve and achieved the rank of Sergeant First Class, specializing in petroleum supply. Before 2023, his interactions with law enforcement were limited to a 2007 DUI arrest, for which he pleaded guilty, as well as 2 speeding charges in 2001 and 2002. Notably, Card used to bowl at Spare Time, now known as Just-in-Time Recreation in Lewiston, during the spring of 2012, the same place where the tragic events unfolded. Bowling was also listed as one of his favorite activities on his now suspended Facebook profile. In 2005, he married Cara Lamb, who is 39 years old. However, they later divorced in 2007 due to irreconcilable differences, sharing custody of their son Colby, who is now 18 years old. The divorce order was modified in 2013 to include shared parental rights, with Colby primarily residing with his mother. During the investigation of Card's online profiles, law enforcement discovered that he interacted with conspiratorial content online. His engagements encompassed various topics, including concerns about a financial crisis and stock market, LGBTQ+ issues, gun rights, and comments about Democratic public officials, including President Joe Biden. His online activity included likes on posts about classified documents, calls to abolish the IRS, allegations of election fraud by Democrats in 2020, and COVID-19 conspiracies. Card exhibited erratic behavior while deployed with his Army Reserve unit at Camp Smith Training Center in upstate New York during the summer. Leaders of the Army Reserve's 3rd Battalion, 304th Infantry Regiment expressed concern for his safety and contacted law enforcement on July 17, 2003. He was transported to Keller Army Community Hospital for a medical evaluation due to alleged threats of violence towards other soldiers. It's important to note that Card was not a firearms instructor and did not have interactions with West Point cadets during his unit's support of summer training. His military service awards included the Army Achievement Medal, Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal, Humanitarian Service Medal, National Defense Service Medal, and Army Service Ribbon. It was reported that Card began hearing disturbing voices a few months before the tragic incident when he got fitted for high-powered hearing aids. His sister-in-law, Katie Card, shared that he was hearing voices that he had never heard before, which deeply affected his mental state. Katie Card mentioned that the family tried their utmost to comfort Robert Card, assuring him that the comments he heard were not real. They even went as far as checking with some of the people he claimed had made those remarks. However, she explained that this assurance slowly transformed into a strong and irrational conviction. He became obsessively convinced that suddenly everyone was against him, she remarked. At one point, he also made a serious threat to attack a military base in Saco. This led to his confinement in a mental health facility for a period of 2 weeks. As of the time this video was being prepared, the details of the outcome of his mental health evaluation had not been disclosed to the public. On October 26th, the police officially reported that at the bowling alley, 7 individuals lost their lives, comprising 1 woman and 6 men. At the bar and grill, 8 victims, all men, tragically perished, with 7 discovered inside the restaurant and 1 found outside. All of these individuals succumbed to gunshot wounds, while 3 others tragically passed away from their injuries while en route to the hospitals. This appalling event marked the 565th mass shooting in the United States in 2023, making it the most fatal incident this year, as indicated by the Gun Violence Archive. On October 27th, out of 18 people who lost their lives and 13 injured, 4 of those who lost their lives inside the restaurant were deaf. The age range of the victims varied from 14 to 76 years old, with all the deceased individuals having been identified as follows. Tricia Aslin was 53 years old. William Frank Brackett was 48 years old. Peyton Brewer Ross was 39 years old. Tommy Conrad was 34 years old. Michael Deslauriers II passed on at the age 51. Max Hathaway was 35 years old. Brian McFarland lost his life at the 40. Keith McNear was 64 years old. Ron Morin also lost his life at the age of 55. Joshua Seal was 36 years old. Arthur Strout also met his end at the tender age, 42. Bob Violette was 76 years old. Lucille Violette was 73 years old. Bill Young met his fate at 44 years old. Little Aaron Young, the youngest of all victims, was just 14 when he senselessly lost his life. Stephen Vazella was just 45 years old. Jason Walker, 51 years, and Joseph Walker was 57 years old. Investigators are looking into whether the suspect was targeting a specific individual who is believed to be a former girlfriend. It wasn't yet clear if the individual was at either of the 2 locations that were attacked. Law enforcement intelligence officials confirm reports that the end of the relationship was a significant destabilizing event for Card. However, they also point out that he had, for months, been threatening to kill people. So the exact motive and triggers are still very much under investigation. On the evening of October 27th, Card was found dead in a wooded area near his former place of employment, a recycling center close to the Androscoggin River in Lewiston, Maine, from which he had recently been fired.
This has now confirmed that the suspect in the Maine mass shooting, Robert Card, has been found dead.
A 48-hour manhunt coming to an end Friday night, police finding the body of 40-year-old Robert Card.
Like many people, I'm breathing a sigh of relief tonight knowing that Robert Card is no longer a threat to anyone.
Authorities had been zeroing in on this river. Card's car had been discovered near the boat launch there shortly after Wednesday's deadly rampage that left 18 dead and 13 injured.
Card's cause of death was an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. The hunting restrictions that had been put in place were subsequently removed. 2 other firearms were found with him. Lewiston Police Chief David St. Pierre said he was elated to learn that the killer was no longer a threat to our community or any other community, but pointed out that the focus should remain on the victims. I just don't want to forget the families that are grieving and will continue to grieve. I don't want to forget the law enforcement officials that have worked tirelessly throughout this whole event, St. Pierre said. We're going to grieve for the families that have lost loved ones here. We're going to continue to work. We're going to persevere, and we'll become better people for it. President Joe Biden issued a statement on the tragic 2 days for Maine and the nation, crediting the hardworking law enforcement officers for their work, thanking Mills for her leadership, and remembering the at least 18 souls brutally slain. Tonight, we're grateful that Lewiston and surrounding communities are safe after spending excruciating days hiding in their homes, Biden said in a statement. He also called on congressional Republicans to take action. Most Democrats support adding some restrictions on guns, such as the assault-style rifle used in the Lewiston shooting, saying people in Lewiston deserve an end to gun violence. Americans should not have to live like this. I once again call on Republicans in Congress to fulfill their obligation to keep the American people safe. Until that day comes, I will continue to do everything in my power to end this gun violence epidemic. The Lewiston community and all Americans deserve nothing less, Biden said. Susan Collins also thanked Mills, healthcare workers, and city officials. To the families who lost loved ones and to those injured by this attack, I know that no words can diminish the shock, pain, and justifiable anger you feel, she said. It is my hope that you will find solace and strength in knowing that you are in the hearts of people throughout Maine and across the nation. Maine lawmakers were quick to express their horror. Moderate Democratic Rep. Jared Golden reversed course on his previous objection to a ban of assault weapons like the one used in the attack, calling it a mistake and committing to push for one. The time has now come for me to take responsibility for this failure, which is why I now call on the United States Congress to ban assault rifles like the one used by the sick perpetrator of this mass killing in my hometown of Lewiston, Maine, Golden said. For the good of my community, I will work with any colleague to get this done in the time that I have left in Congress. Multiple vigils are happening in Maine to honor the victims. 2 candlelight vigils began at about 6 p.m. Saturday, one at Lewiston's Kennedy Park and the other at the Warumbo Riverfront Event Center, located at 1 Canal Street in the neighboring community of Lisbon, and another vigil held at 6 p.m. Sunday, October 29th, at the Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul on Ash Street. Out of 13 people who were injured in the shootings, 3 of whom are in critical care as of Saturday morning of October 28th, we wish them a speedy recovery. In closing, I leave you with words of encouragement from Lewiston Mayor Carl Schemengees. To all the residents, I love you. I'm grateful for you, and I appreciate the support you've shown each other the past few days. My heart goes out to the victims and families. Lewiston is a strong city. We are a close-knit community and a resilient community. I know we'll be okay if we move forward together as one Lewiston. Leave thoughts on this heart-wrenching case in the comments section below. If you found this video informative, we would appreciate your support by subscribing and smashing the like button. As always, thank you for watching. Stay safe out there.